60 years. Just like the reunification of Jerusalem, Rabbi Steven Wernick presented a lecture entitled Why Tisha B'Av Today. It's a perennial history. We've returned to the land of Israel. We've reunified Jerusalem. Do we need to continue to mourn the loss of our homeland and the destruction of a city, both of which are no longer relevant in our lived experience? So eventually, as an obvious question, one of the biggest scholars in modern Jewish history have asked and contemplated. Did the Jews absolve of the Second Temple? It's an obvious question because it's just forgotten by the Israel comes after the destruction of the First Temple. And if you will be the ancient world, the rest of the teachings and world with the book of the you have to mourn. Rabbi David Lincoln, who was here last May, and the chief that he wrote on outcomes, many things that suggest that Shabbat must be commemorated during the Second Temple period. And as a in that time period, what is it exactly that they remembered? Here, Maimonides from Babel says that we fast Tisha B'Av to arouse the heart, to repent, and to remember our evil deeds, the evil deeds that Tradition describes as Shabbat and idolatry, which our ancestors caused the troubles of themselves. Rabbi Steven Wernick took the same as husband. He was slightly different answer. He says that we are asking of the fact that is the halacha. But we should no longer weep, for the soul of Israel should be joyous in Jerusalem that has been freed. So in other words, according to Ramban and the Mishnah Talmids, and even more modern contemporary scholars like Rav Kook, we will observe but our hearts, our soul, our neshama should not be about mourning and destruction, because that's not our lived experience. Tisha B'Av, this understanding, is really just a historic relevance, a zikr, a hint, or a memory of bygone errors. Tisha B'Av, in other words, must be mitigated and moderated by the pulsating reality of a living, contemporary Jewish state. And if that's the case, if Tisha B'Av is no simply a day of mourning, should be a day of celebration and of joy. So what is actually needed if the commemoration is no longer about sorrow. If only. Alavai. If only. With all that has been going on in Israel and around the world these past 10, 11 months, it actually seems as if the commemoration of Tisha B'Av in its original sense of sadness and mourning remains relevant. It's a contemporary meaning. We just have to remind ourselves of the 111 living and murdered remaining hostages. That Israel continues to be at war with Hamas, with Hezbollah, with Iran. That Israel is beginning to feel the impact of hundreds of thousands of Miluim away from work, fighting the state. And that we, all of us, Jews around the world, are fighting an anti-Semitism that has reared its head, the likes of which we haven't seen since the 1930s. And if the reason, if the cause for Shabbat was actually known, as tradition teaches us, then the rights of Israel are right. And again, the Palestinians in the West Bank is a reminder of what we can do to ourselves and how we have the capacity to destroy ourselves much easier than our enemies could possibly imagine. As Mr. Halevi remarked just a couple days ago, the ultra-nationalists, the far right in Israel, risk turning us into the criminals our enemies say we are. But today's Shabbat Nachman. It's the Shabbat of comfort. And so this Shabbat remains relevant. If the mood of our people remains somewhat depressed, for those of you who have asked me, what was Israel like in the month that I was there studying at the Hartman Institute? You know, my answer was that Israelis can make it seem like pig pen in the Peanuts cartoon. You know, he walked around with the rain cloud constantly over his head. I shared with you one day in Israel where, on the one hand, I went to a food truck festival on the Tayelet, on the promenade. There were 1,000 people there, DJ, music, great food, people from all different aspects of life. And on the way home, we stopped at the synagogue where we go to Holy Family Daughters to dedicate a Torah Chatafim for the hostages. That's how Israel is right now. Trying to find the footing of a new reality in the midst of war, and yet not able to move forward really at all because of the pain of the circumstance in which they live. And so we come to Shabbat and we are indeed in need of comfort. We're in need of comfort. And there are ancestors in establishing the calendar in the way in which they did. But after Tisha B'Av comes Shabbat Nachman. And after Shabbat Nachman comes Tu B'Av, Jewish Heritage Day. Even today and tomorrow, the simcha that we feel of marriage gives us hope and comfort for the future. And the celebration that we ask for that as well. Joe shared that with us last night in his beautiful Devar Torah. That the choice of the search that you wrote in Ten Commandments and Shabbat for Haftarah remind us that despite the destruction of the temples, there continue to be fruit, there continue to be love, goodness, and redemption. God cares. The nation of Israel. And there will be leadership. There's future. We and the land of Israel continue to remain perfect. All is lost. And the Haftarah is a reminder of vision, of future possibilities, of the world with the land. There's another important element, I think, of comfort of Nachamu that at this moment I find especially relevant. Towards the end of the Torah, in chapter 6, verse 18, we read, that you should do what is right and good in the sight of Adonai, in the sight of God. It's an interesting pursuit, because it's and through a system in which we decided to follow. The way we've been told to do what is right, what is Yashar, is that there's something that we're commanded to observe. What suggests that this actually implies a compromise, going beyond the letter of the law. As one of my teachers, Rabbi Bradley Artson, writes, in other words, when the time of the law will no longer embody doing what is right or good. In such moments, as obedient citizens of God, have the courage to forge a compromise that may go beyond the current formulation of tradition. The tradition itself, he says, provides for its own dynamic growth. Halacha is a process, not an outcome. And he quotes the Rambam who says even more explicitly, even in the minds of those things where there is no specific commandment, it is impossible to record every detail of human behavior. God included a general injunction to do what is good and right in every matter, except when necessary, even a compromise in a legal dispute. What both teachers recognize, Artson writes, is that there are two ways to destroy the legal tradition. The first is to focus on relevance on the one hand, or reduce its rulings rather than its method on the other. Both destroy the living tree of Judaism by undermining its jurisdiction or by denying its ability to respond to new insights and new phenomena. So doing what is right and good before God means that we have to look at ethics and morality in relationship to halakha, and halakha in relationship to ethics and morality. There are moments that require nuance, that require compromise, that require risk. Now, why is this comforting? Because at this moment, taking place is perhaps the best opportunity for compromise and for risk in reaching a ceasefire and the return of many, if not all of the hostages that continue to be held by Hamas. Ceasefire talks, at least as presented in the press. The headline in the Times of Israel yesterday reported that U.S. presents updated truce offer, aims for deal next week, as talks have an upbeat note. Tal Becker, in a very important blog in the Times of Israel, reminds us that what will determine these days is not what our enemies plan, but our response to it. And the compromises we make to reach an agreement, but also the compromises we make as a people to remain unified. Secondly, he speaks about Israel's strategic response, which is about a long-term methodological, relentless strategy as many allies as we can muster for as much time as it takes to exploit our enemy's weaknesses, sustainably dismantle their capacities and capabilities, and most of all, deny the appeal of their death cult, which condemns their own societies to ruin. And third, he points out the importance of peace. That we must emerge from this testing moment recommitted to a future, however difficult it may be to achieve, in which the peoples of the Middle East, Muslims, Jews, and Christians, Palestinians and Israelis, prosper and live in unity, and do not see their own welfare and thriving as requiring the demise of the other. To accomplish that means that we have to take this pasuk from the Torah, Asita Hagashar Ha'atov Be'enei Adonai, seriously. Hope is not a strategy. Doing what is right and good and just for God, leaning into our values, our midot, and our halakha is a strategy. And that provides comfort. Shabbat Nachamu comes to remind us that the moment we are in now is not permanent. Change is possible. But the future still awaits us if we recommit ourselves to God and to each other as Jews and as human beings. The two are not mutually exclusive. They are two sides of the same coin. They are both what it means to be human and to be a child of God. And the repetition of the word Nachamu in the beginning of the Haftarah is designed to emphasize the point. I'm telling you on the repetition of Nachamu, Nachamu, Mitzudat David says, comfort, comfort, your God says to the prophets, comfort my people, and the doubling of the word alludes to the stress of the command. Ibn Ezra takes it one step further. Nachamu, God addresses his prophet to the people. And the repetition of the words Nachamu is to indicate that the comfort is to be administered those roots or rega, rega. It's to be administered immediately or repeatedly. In other words, this is Shabbat Nachamu. This is the Shabbat of comfort. But the comfort doesn't come from some external force that provides it for us. It comes from our own choices, our own actions, our commitment to do what is just and right and good within the mitzvot, within Israeli society and within the societies in which we live. And we dare not hold to the moment of comfort is now. There's an urgency to the matter. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, may we so live by these values. Shabbat Shalom.